She's catching a Frisbee now. I'm gonna go over this real quick, how you can get your dog to do it. Now, some dogs really aren't appropriate to do it. My 23-year-old Chihuahua that's walking around here, he's not gonna catch a Frisbee, okay? Um, Cocker Spaniels aren't gonna necessarily be good at it. You need a dog that's sort of springy. A Lab can catch a Frisbee. If it's a skinnier, tinier Lab, they're sort of better at it. Hey, Toxic. Australian cattle dogs are good at Frisbee. Australian Shepherds are good at Frisbee. The Border Collie is good at Frisbee. My GSP can catch a Frisbee. Pit Bulls catch a Frisbee. There's a lot of dogs that can catch a Frisbee, but you don't want to have an overweight dog, one. You want an athletic dog. And the thing that I would like to say is that you have to go over hold, drop, and retrieve. Don't be unrealistic. A dog that doesn't know, hey, get over here, leave Mango alone. A dog that doesn't know basic commands, it's not gonna go well. It isn't gonna go well. Hey, leave that old dog alone. Come here. It's not gonna go well. I should go put Mango up if we're gonna do this. Can you hang on while I go put old Mango up? Sort of a distraction for babe. Well, screw it. Baby, come here. So the kind of dog you have, it's important. But you want to teach them hold first. They have to be able to hold it, and they have to be able to pick it up. If they don't know hold and drop and how to retrieve, you're not gonna get, don't just, I'm gonna train my dog to do Frisbee. So one thing that you can do to increase drive with Frisbee, baby, come here. Come here. Is you can, come here. You can get the dog to jump for it. Baby, hold. Like that, right? So you can get them sort of hey! Now she just learned this. So she's doing good, but she's got to get better at this and more compliant. But you can stand up to the side. You can even here, baby, here. No, here, baby. Here, sit. No, sit. Put them like this and then go, baby, hold. Like that, and get them going for it. Another thing that you can do, come here. She's playing keep away. Now that's unacceptable. Here, sit. Drop. It's playful, but it's not good. Okay, let's put that in the category of not good. Another thing that you can do is sort of tease the dog with it. Baby, get that, like that. And get the dog. Yeah, there you go, good girl. No. Here. So, we didn't even attempt any of this before I knew that she was retrieving well and she's compliant, because one thing, if you do it with a dog that isn't retrieving well and compliant, they'll take the Frisbee and run around with it. So you see how she's sort of like playing this keep away. She'll stop doing that. We got plenty of time to smooth everything out with baby. So now we have her to the point. Here, baby, come here. We have one thing that's real important. Before you throw the Frisbee, the dog must be sitting. But then you have to release the dog so the dog can have time to get out there and get it. So have the dog sit and make sure, quit watching Mango. Sit. No, sit. So have the dog sitting, and then you'll say, okay. She got it. See? Come here, baby. Here. Good girl. Here. Heel. So, if she starts playing keep away, I do have the remote with me. I use the vibrate button by saying no. I'm not doing keep away, but she's gonna learn. She'll like Frisbee. She likes it. She'll really like it in about 3 days. So she'll learn that if she's gonna play, she has to play by my rules. Baby, sit. Okay. She got teeth on it. She's great. Hold. See the playfulness with this dog? Baby, here. No, here. Drop. This dog is good to go. This is going to be a great Frisbee dog. We also, I'll go over this a little bit. You can use the commands and use the Frisbee as positive reinforcement. Remember, the retrieve is positive reinforcement for your dog. That's why you want them sitting before they do the retrieve. You want to teach the dog to be as calm as possible. But if you release them, there can be, you know, a burst of energy and they can go get it. But we could use it like this. Here, baby, here. Sit. Baby, down. Baby, sit. Okay. There you go. We use it to help train the dog. Come here, you did good, man. Hold. You're a good dog, man. You're a good dog. Here, there's some dogs that come here, and I know that I'm gonna be able to get them on Frisbee. When I saw her, you know, she's a pit. Pit's like Frisbee. Billy the Hedgehog, my dog Billy the Hedgehog. When I saw her doing her sort of like, you know, donkey kicks in the air, I'm like, that dog has springs. And then I was working, you know, I've been working with her, and I'm like, oh, the dog likes to retrieve. So I do this because it gives the owner another option of interacting with the dog. Now, this is not a chew toy. You never give you use this with the dog, but it's not left on the floor. There should be no toys left on the floor in your house with your dog ever. Your dog doesn't need plush toys, one, okay, and bones and stuff like that. You're gonna encourage the behaviors. You get around the dog, it starts growling at my bone. It's a subspecies of the wolf. It's not necessary. Feed your dog a raw diet twice a day. This dog, or once a day even, this dog is eating 2 leg quarters a day. But use leg quarters and leg quarters only. Don't use, you could use chicken backs, but leg quarters have the proper amount of bone to protein ratio. Hey! She's just kind of meandering around because she knows I'm talking. So this is a huge thing for this dog, and it's a huge thing for the owner too, because the owner can use this as positive reinforcement with the dog. Remember, you don't have to say good or good girl or good boy if you're doing something positive with the dog. Sometimes when you say good or good boy, it causes excitement. So there's all these things that are positive for your dog, even walking through a door, running, whatever. Why are you using food to train your dog? You train the dog to play. That should be your ultimate goal. Let's do a couple more Frisbees. By the way, one more thing that's real important. You visualize the dog having success. What's up, Clunkin? You visualize the dog having success. That's what I do. Before I'm gonna I know the dog is gonna do Frisbee. First I go over hold and make sure that because this is a new object. So I'll do here, heel, sit. I'll go hold, and I'll get the dog holding it, hold, good. And then after a time, you know, and I've held it out and have her go for it, or, you know, get them excited with it, I get it right in my head and I visualize success with the dog. I go outside, I'm like, this is gonna be the day the dog's gonna do the Frisbee. Some dogs are easier to train to do Frisbee than others. The more springiness you see in a dog, the better. The Cocker Spaniels, they don't really do that, jumping up in the air like that. Do you understand that? They just sort of scamper across the ground. You want a dog that's real springy, okay? So all dogs can do retrieves. It just might not be appropriate for some dogs to even bring this out. You could use a chuck-it and a tennis ball. By the way, Toxic was asking, I think, about chuck-its, or somebody was. I use chuck-its, and chuck-its, the great thing about chuck-its is that you could take a tennis ball and take a Ziploc bag with a bunch of feathers in it, and you can put your tennis balls in there, and then you have like an instant bird. It's covered in bird scent. You can also take the tennis balls and get a commercial bird scent, and do that, but scent the tennis balls, and you can use those definitely. But hey, baby, come here. Leave that old man alone. Now Mango's sort of in the way here. He's 23. He's an old goat. Kane, you're the old goat. Hey, leave him alone, baby. Let me go put him in, actually, and I'll be right back. Here. Here, come here, man. All right, Kane. You're good, baby. Let me put him up. No. Get over here. No, baby. Heel. Right now. Come on. No, here. Baby, whoa. No, whoa. Okay. Good catch, dude. Hold. Oh, is that poop over there? You can get it. Get it anyway. It's not in there. No, get it. Hold. No. No. Hold. I wouldn't make you pick it up. It's not on it. Hold. No. Baby, hold. Get it. Hold. Bring it over here. Don't do that again. Here. Here. Now that's something, like if you throw something and it's by poop, a lot of dogs don't want to pick that up. It's got poop on it. Can you relate? I can. That's the only one time that you might have to deal with it. Don't start picking up drop retrieves or anything. Baby, here. Heel. Sit. Okay. Yes! Here. That's real good, dude. Sit. No, sit. Okay. Yes! You're a rocket ship, dude. Come here, pit bull. You're not spinning the right way, dude. Here, that's my fault. Sit. Okay. Good girl. Heel. Over here. That way. There you go. Sit. No, sit. Okay. Good girl. Yeah, nice, man. Heel. This way. Spin that way. Sit. Okay. Good girl. Good pit bull. Here. Spin this way. Come on in. Sit. Oh. Pick that up. Hold. Hold. There you go. Here. Come on, baby. Here. No, here. Oh, man. Come on. What are you doing? Here. Sit. No, sit. Hold. Here. Heel. Come in this way. Sit. Okay. Sun was in my eyes too, baby. Get it. Get it. Good girl. Here, come here. Spin this way. Come here. Heel. Sit. No, sit. Good dog. Spin in this way. That. Hold. Is that? Did we do that again? Is it by poop? No, you better pick it up. I don't see anything. Yeah, get it. There you go. No. Pick it up. Hold. 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 No, hold. You got it? Good girl. No! Hold. Pick it up. No, hold. No, heel. Hold. No. Hold. Go back to air pressure, drop. It's new, it's exciting. If you get a refusal from the dog, go back to the ear pressure, make sure the dog will pick it up. So we're gonna do that again. I'm gonna put it down on the ground. Here, come here, hold. There you go, good girl. Here, let's do it again. Sit. No, no. Hold. No. Hold. You got it? There you go. Good girl. Heel. I'll tell you one more and then we're going to quit, okay? Because that's been a successful day. Come here. Baby. Here, give me another. Give me one more. One more, pit bull. Sit. One more, pit bull. Sit. Okay. There you go. You got teeth on it, man. Good job. You want one more? I'll give you one more. Hang on. Sit. No, sit. Okay. Yes! Yes! Good girl. That's real good. Drop. Now, always end on a high note. Make sure the dog catches it. Always end your sessions on a high note. If, like, the dog's giving you refusals, don't end on, like, making her pick it up. But don't start picking up retrieves. Whatever you do, at all costs, don't pick up dropped retrieves. It's important that you send the proper message to the dog that you're not the dog's slave, you know? But this is worthwhile. By the way, on Frisbees, these are the kind of Frisbees you should use. That way your dog's not going to damage their teeth. It's soft. Chuck It makes one that's real good. And we use those too. This is one by Tractor Supply. It's good, it's fine. But this is what you should be using. I used to teach dogs with real light cheap, like Frisbees that were, you know, to get them like this mouthy. No, use these. These are much better. And those rubber Frisbees that they make, like they're made out of rubber, they're real heavy. You want something that'll stay in the air a long time, and you also don't start chucking it real far. If you notice, like, I'm having her catch a Frisbee, it's 6, 7 feet away at the most. Build the dog up. Get the dog to have success, and you're good to go. Now, 3 days from now, she'll be sort of addicted. You know, 3, 4 days, she's going to be sort of addicted to this. When she sees it, she's only going to see it as positive. We're already using it for positive reinforcement. You can do push-ups with the dog, make it sit, release the dog, and then do you understand? So it does the push-ups, and then for positive reinforcement, you use the Frisbee. Now, I've been using Frisbee ever since I started my training business in Brooklyn. It just sort of made sense. I had a dog, Billy, that was a Labrador. That was my first dog, like out of the Navy, and he was good at Frisbee. And so I used that with him because you know what? That dog was not the. What are you looking at? Billy was not really right for duck hunting. I got him, and it just didn't seem. And then like my dog Ike, I'm like, oh, you're gonna hunt, right? You're gonna duck hunt. You're totally into it. So, you know, you have to sort of like when a dog comes here. If I believe that the dog would be good at something, I'm gonna teach the dog how to do it. So, like, I don't think Frisbee is on when I picked up the dog. But I think that I mentioned that. No, I do that. Like, it depends on the dog. If there's something that I think the dog would have aptitude to do, I'm gonna train the dog to do it. So it's a flat rate with me, and this is how it is. So it really doesn't have to do with like, is it more work? Yeah, it's more work, but it's about the dog. 4 million dogs are dying every year because of lack of training, improper training, or no training at all. This is a positive thing for a lot of dogs. You can use this. You can exercise the dog. You can use discipline by making the dog sit and make the dog spin into heel. We're going to work on her spinning into heel the right way. But we're getting her off the ground catching a Frisbee. So just tighten things up as you go. Okay? Just you know the dog is doing it, the action. Just tighten it up as you go. And remember, most things like this, it's a series of commands strung together. First she sits, then you release her. You throw the retrieve, she catches it, she brings it in, spins into, your left hand side and releases it to your hand. It's a good day for baby the pit bull for sure. I had it in my head. I'm like, oh, we were driving around and I said to Destiny that just gotta catch the Frisbee today. And that's usually how I do it. I've talked about this before. It's like there becomes a point where I know the dog is gonna catch it. The fabric Nerf ones do not fly well. Chuck It makes a good one that flies well. This Tractor Supply one flies well. But I get it right in my head, like I'm gonna get the dog to pick up keys, or the dog's gonna pick up my reading glasses, something like that. I'm like, all right, we're going to do it. So I visualize success. I visualize the dog doing it. I visualize me interacting with the dog, making the dog do it, and then I compel the dog to do it. You must do this, dog. And sometimes when I'm doing that, I'm sending it this thing. I don't know how to explain it. I'm sending this vibe like, you've got to do it. My confidence, whatever, but I'm sending it to the dog. You're going to do it. I know you're going to do it. You have to do it. But to be clear, I've already done the legwork. I've already taught the dog to hold it. I already had the dog retrieving real good. Do you understand? Oh, Ria G, what's up? I asked yesterday, I can't use tennis balls because of the latex rubber. I do, however, use Durafoam silicone and thermoplastic rubber, which is synthetic, so it's safe. I could also use a hacky sack. Um, yeah, scent those things. Yeah, with the chuck it. Yeah, you put it in the chuck it and chuck it, right? Um, are you sure tennis balls have latex in them still? I'm not so sure they do. They might. They might toxic, but they might not. I don't know. You would know. Check it out. See if there's latex still in tennis balls. There might be. There might be. They do. Okay, I believe you. So, from like Cabela's or um, Gun Dog Supply to put scent into the what are they? The Dolkin dead fowl trainers. You can inject it. You could do that the same with those balls or a hacky sack. You could inject the scent into those things so your dog will have a better time finding it. But I do. I'll use the chuck it. I will. I use it, and I use it that way. I put scent on it, or even, I put it in I haven't done it in a while actually, but I'll put it in a bag of bird feathers. Like that's because I haven't been hunting. I don't have any bird feathers. Um, you know. Do I hear a dog? That was good though. It's real good. Baby's really coming along. No problems with this dog. Now, Merlin's coming. Merlin's a standard poodle. And more than that, I think his dad even said like he was interested in Frisbee. So we're going to do our best to get Merlin to catch a Frisbee. Now, a poodle, a standard poodle, is one of those dogs that I'm talking about. They sort of are springy. They can be real springy. So first we'll teach them proper hold and fetch and everything, and do a good retrieve, and then we'll start Merlin on this. So they're springy. He's a standard poodle. The chances are, I can't say to Merlin's dad 100% sure your dog's gonna dig it, but my guess is he probably will. I think that he also, we're going for reverse retrieves with that dog. But the standard poodles, man, I told this story. When I was a kid, I saw a standard poodle doing field trials, and it was fucking badass. It would just like, the guy would send it out, blow the whistle, the thing would turn around real quick and look, and then it'd send it wherever, and it would just like fly, it was just like such an amazing animal. For a while, I was gonna actually get a standard poodle and train it to be a duck dog. The only problem with the poodles, man, they are like a burr magnet. So at a point you'd have to just shave them down. Some of these long-haired dogs that grow hair, like fucking Marty, Jesus Christ, that little dog, he could find a burr. He's like a magnet for burr, and I'm sure that this poodle's the same way. So there's, it's just it's part of dealing with some of these dogs that are awesome, but they have like not a coat like that. A dog like that, low maintenance. There's not a burr that's gonna stick to her. But remember, if you're gonna do Frisbee with your dog, it should be a lean dog like this, a lean athletic dog. When I first saw her, I'm like, do you get foxes there? I've seen foxes in the area. Yes. There are foxes that live around here. There's coyotes. There's a lot of coyotes up there in the woods. We hear them at night. But they don't really come down here. Why do you ask about foxes? They're sort of all across the United States, pretty much, I think. They're not as common as like in England. Like in England, man, they're just like all over for some reason. They made fox hunting illegal, So they do fox hunting, but it's like mock fox hunting, but I mean, they're not killing foxes anymore, which they shouldn't, because foxes are badass. Yeah, I see them, and every time I see them, I love them. There was one down that way, and I would see it. It was like a fox family, like a male and a female, sitting on a hill. Then I didn't see them. Then I went looking for them. Some asshole shot it. They're vicious near me, including killing my neighbor's rabbits. Well, you know, they have to eat. Maybe your neighbor should have taken, better care of the rabbits, meaning being in a fox-proof cage. That's how I look at it. You want to have chickens, or you're gonna leave and your pet out, or that's farm animal. I get it, but you're gonna have them outside. It's your responsibility to put it in a fox-proof cage, which is easy enough. It's just some extra cost. Um, if you're just like the fox isn't gonna get them, you're a fool. If it's not a fox, it's gonna be a raccoon or a skunk. Something's gonna kill. Something will try and get in my neighbor's chickens for sure. They will. It's winter. It's gonna be cold. They could die. I've seen it before. My neighbor across the street had chickens, and a raccoon just killed them for fun. I'm also against fixing hunting sport. I'm against fixed hunting sports, but lots still do it despite the ban. Fox hunting sports. Oh, you're in England? But you're not supposed to kill them. You're not, but they do a hunt, but they're not, you can't kill them. Like, I don't know how they do it. They do it with something else. They do it with just scent. Maybe dragging a scent. You don't have to, you can do scent work with a dog and run around on your horse. First person that finds dogs that find the scented object, wins. It's like you could have a dachshund and do that sport where, they dig these trenches and then they put like a caged rat or whatever at the end of the maze, and then they time the dachshunds to see how long it takes them to go through the maze. Like they dig a trench and then they just put like wood over the top. So, do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm all for that. Like, sure, why not? I don't really like Jack Russell's killing rats because you're just training the dog to kill. It just seems like, why don't you go get some traps? Okay? Why are you doing that? Like, it just, you're seeing them tear it up. They're not going to eat it. So why don't you do your own dirty work and kill the damn rat? Why are you training your Jack Russell to do that? Shaking it. And it's not so good for the dog. Not if you want a nice dog. That might kill a cat. Kill a kitten or whatever. The Jack Russells are just sort of hardwired to kill. They're born like that, and at 6 months, they will jump over a picnic bench and kill a rat. It's flat out. So you got a Jack Russell, and you're going into the park, it sees a squirrel, it's going crazy, and you don't tell it not to, right? You don't teach it to heel. You're a bad dog owner. Don't contact me and say, well, every time I go to the park, when Jack Russell sees a squirrel, it starts barking and shit. Yeah, because you haven't told it not to. You haven't trained it proper. And you don't want to spend money on training. What do you want me to do? You want me to wave my magic wand? I do not own one. I flat out don't own one. Every dog that is here and functions the way that they do, it's all hard work. It's hard work, and I know what I'm doing because I've been doing it for a long time. Dalmatians are not really good hunting dogs, clunking too, and they have a lot of problems. They have a lot of health issues because they're interbred. There's a lot of inbreeding, and it's very common that dogs that are sort of white, basically white, they're deaf. They have that gene where they're sort of deaf. So if I was going to get a dog, I do not ever think about a Dalmatian, although I think that they're cool. But because of those movies, they've been overbred. People have problems with them. You could train any dog to hunt. Honestly. And Dalmatians are sort of high drive. So you could train it to kill like that. I'm not really into that. Like for me, a hunting dog retrieves something. Or it's a beagle that chases it into your area and you shoot it. or it flushes a bird and you shoot it. Um, Sort of like that. That's how I think about hunting with a dog. Like issue with their bladder. I think you might be right. Yeah, they have some health issues where it's like they're cool, but almost every all white animal have. I think so. I saw some boxers on Craigslist. They were selling puppy boxers. I'm looking at them because they're puppies, man. And they were mostly white. And in Brooklyn, I've known so many white boxers that had hearing issues. It was just like, oh, white boxer, how's its hearing? Not so good, you know. Tips on walking a reactive dog in New York City. Well, you probably, more than likely, there's been a problem with training. You probably, um, do you let your dog sleep in the bed? Do you let your dog sleep in the bed? No, I got your email. You know, you had my email. I question anybody that's like, I'm sorry, Lisa, maybe you're on the up and up, but, it's just sort of like this thing with people want to do the YouTubers, like, gotcha, you know? So, um, tell me about your dog in New York City that's leash reactive. Do you let it sleep in the bed and give it people food? Or does it go on your couch? You might not like what I'm gonna say. Well, that person left. I was gonna help them, but I'm in New York State. I'm in New York State. The sun's out. It's fucking great. Hey, baby. Yeah, sleep in the bed. No people food. Only. Yeah, of course it does that. You let the dog sleep in your bed. Yes. What you've done is you've created a problem you're not going to be able to solve yourself. Okay? You're not going to be able to solve the dog's problem. You have confused the status of the dog. So the dog no longer it sees itself as an equal. It probably looks at you sort of like a resource, not like, it's a problem. I know. People like to sleep, let the dog sleep in the bed, but it's not good for the dog's behavior, and now your dog is leash reactive. So that's my tip, is that you would have to stop letting the dog sleep in your bed. But more than that, if you had contacted me through email, I'd be saying board and train only. You can do a board and train. I can get your dog to not be leash reactive, but you couldn't let the dog sleep in your bed. So that's the honest truth. I'm telling you the truth, okay? And if you have a food trainer down there in the city that's telling you something, they're just lying to you. They are. A dog trainer's telling you it's okay for the dog to sleep, and they're just lying to you. They're telling you what you want to hear. I'm sorry that, you can let a cat sleep in your bed, no problem. But dogs, it fucks them up. That's why I asked right away, oh, it's leash reactive. Do you let the dog sleep in your bed? And don't ever give it people food, ever, right? That just exacerbates your problem. Ever. Don't even let it lick your plate. Don't ever let it, you've confused the status of your dog at this point. And now, every time you go out on the street and your dog responds that way, you're just conditioning the dog to do it. See the problem? Your dog sees a dog. Your dog probably, when you hit the street, it starts looking. It's always searching. It sees one, it's fixated on it, starts being a dick, right? I don't really know if you have to win the lottery. I'm not that expensive, okay? So, but anyway, that's the truth. I hear a crow, all right. Oh, there they are. There's two crows. You hear them? Pretty high up. What's up, Dick? The one looks young. There's like a family of them that live back there somewhere. Anyway. All right, so that went real good. I'm gonna go inside and get warm, and we'll do more with baby. Maybe not tomorrow, but the following day. But I might live stream tonight because that's what I do. So anyway, I'll see you guys. Thanks a lot. See y'all.